Allah's course continues. Allah's written it already. It's going to come. The sustenance is coming, it's coming. You or someone else. It'd rather be me. May Allah use me all the time to do good, and all of us. Say Ameen. It's tough. We have our own struggles. It doesn't mean I need to give cash all the time, or I need to give something material all the time, because I may not have enough at times, but at least a good word. And that's why when it comes to a beggar, an amazing, unique verse of the Quran, وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ, that is in Surah Ad-Duha. Allah says, as for the one who is begging, He didn't say give. He wants you to give, obviously. He wants you to give if you can. But the point He emphasized was not the issue of giving. He says, as for the beggar who comes to you begging, don't rebuke him. Don't abuse him. Don't belittle him. You either give or you don't give. But everything that happens must happen respectfully. Because it could have been the other way around. And one day, it might be the other way around. May Allah never let that happen. Allah says, don't rebuke. You don't want to give, don't give. But just respectfully move on. As I was coming here on the A406, someone came to the window begging. I was quite shocked because obviously I'm used to Africa where there's about 10, 15 of them. Here there was only one. Nonetheless, it wasn't supposed to be. But I thought to myself, minimum is don't open your window and say a swear word or say, what are you doing here? Or go back to where you came from. But that's what some people do. Do you know why? They don't believe in Allah. They don't realize the blessings. They don't realize we're going to leave everything we came with. I'd rather deposit it in a good way than leave it with me and I die. And guess what happens to it? I can tell you something, another thing that's shocking. The more you leave behind, the bigger the problems within your children and grandchildren and circles are. When you have less and you've left behind almost nothing, there are still brothers and sisters talking to each other. When you've left behind 1 billion, trust me, chances of them killing each other to fight for something that wasn't even theirs in the first place are bigger. It doesn't happen in every case, but in most cases. I know because I'm involved in a lot of those arbitrations. They fight over 1 million. When wallahi the estate is like 500 million and they're fighting over 1 million. My brother, I know of a guy who was prepared to give up everything there, and the figure wasn't even big. But the bigger the figure gets, guess what? It becomes more connected to the heart. I know of someone who says, inshallah, once my father dies, I'll be a rich man. I heard this with my own ears. I said, what do you mean? He said, my father's very rich. I said, so you mean you're waiting for him to die? He says, well, you can't word it that way, but in a nutshell, when he dies, I'll be a rich guy. I said, that's exactly what you're saying. Imagine sometimes our own kids are waiting for us to die because they think, hey, the guy's got a few million stashed away and I'm going to be getting it. What kind of child? But then again, what kind of parent who doesn't spend on his own children that they have to wish for his death? You're a multi-millionaire and your child can't even afford a car. What was the point? And you say, no, fix them. That one's got a husband. You know what? The husband should provide. Allah's given you. You're the father. You can call your son-in-law and say, you know what? Here's 1 million. MashaAllah. If anything, he'll be ashamed of the affair he's been having. Allah forgive us. May Allah grant us ease. Wallahi, my brothers and sisters, let's prioritize. Let's do the right thing. And let's become people who are connected to Allah. You know, I've overshot my time and I'm seeing Brother Rahim sitting here and he's calm, cool, not even reminding me that, hey, your time's up a long time ago. But you know what? We don't get to meet every time on Boxing Day, mashallah. So that was just the bonus, inshallah. May Allah Almighty grant you all goodness and ease. I pray that this uniqueness shines and everyone can notice it. Please, my brothers and sisters, promise yourselves and promise Allah that I'm going to work on myself and become this unique person that a believer is supposed to be. Don't just be an ordinary guy. No, you're not an ordinary boy or girl or man or woman or brother or sister. You are unique. Allah's blessed you. You need to work on yourself. Be an amazing individual. And then you see how beautiful you feel when you walk and everyone prays for you and people consider you an asset and an amazing person, even in the face of challenges and problems.